Well, hello and welcome back to another video here. We're up into the 400s here, heading toward 500. I tell ya, some of them might have had boring moments, and there might even been some that were kind of boring. I'll admit I ain't perfect. I just new to this, and I turn on the camera and I let it roll. It's the real deal here. I'm not editing, scripting, or none of that stuff. So you're getting raw and real Darren right here. Right now it is Sunday the 17th, and down here we're having the police department's putting on a car show, and my friend Tony is there, and he has he entered his vehicle. It's newer than a lot of the cars that are there, you know, like the hot rods and stuff like that, but he's got an SUV that's, I don't want to say it's like, I don't know, 20 some years old or something like that, and it's really keeps it in great shape, nice shiny. A lot of people that see it think it's a lot newer than it is, because it keeps it in really nice shape. And anyway, he's pretty excited. He's already there. We've had some rain already. I think he was worried I wasn't going to show up or something, but I can hear the anticipation or whatever in him, so I told him I'm getting ready, I'm on my way. It started about 40 minutes ago, and I can tell he wants to make sure I'm going to be there. Waving me by, and good thing I didn't just step on it and go, because the car was going out around her. And she was just kind of waiting for traffic to clear a little, so I think so she could make the turn. Plus, when I pulled up there, it made it tighter for me. Yep, that's what it was.
At the stop sign.
So I'm not going to let Tony down. I told him I'd really think about going, but I can tell he really wants me to be there. And well, that means a lot to me, because I can tell it means a lot to him for me to be there, so I'm not going to let him down. I've known Tony about a year now. In the process of me walking away from a lot of people, that it's a good thing I walked away from him. God showed me that it was time to walk away from him. For multiple reasons, but anyway, and God has people. I don't know how to explain it, but God has either sends people to me or me to people, or has our paths cross or whatever. And at certain moments, I'll see somebody or feel somebody in my area that I'm drawn right to, and I know God's sending me to them, or bringing us together for a reason, you know. And Tony's one of them, you know. Like my friend Cliff. A lot of new people that I've met, and there's other people that I've met on this whole journey too that aren't really a part of my regular life. I see them again, of course I'd be happy to see them and stuff,
at the next stop sign,
but some of the newer people, I'm supposed to have a bigger presence in their life apparently, you know, and it's okay with me, because I really like Tony and Cliff and stuff, you know.
At the stop sign,
and
turn right onto 11th Avenue Southwest, 220th Street North.
I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, it's but I just feel it so strong when it happens. That's what happened when I first met Tony. I could feel it before I met him, and then I went to look at his name tag, and you know, because I could feel that there's I'm supposed to be with this. I'm supposed to meet this person or interact in their life somehow. You know, God wants me to, or whatever. And so I made sure that when I got up in line, because it was where he works, and made sure to read his name tag so I could introduce myself, you know, and say his name or whatever. And tell you his real last name, but but you already know him as Tony, so I'm gonna tell you that part. And on his name tag, it said Tony Baloney, and it was like an inside joke thing with his coworkers that they were having fun about it, and they printed him out this label to put on his name tag. But all that was meant to be, because I love humor. And when I seen that, I said to him, I smiled and I was like, "Oh no, that cannot really be your last name, And then the other coworkers, chimed in, joking around and how, they're all having fun with each other and stuff like that. And so I don't know the whole backstory on how that originated. Maybe Tony will tell me from that. But I just thought it was a riot, it grabbed my attention because I like comedy and stuff too, And I do that with life, I can have tough situations in life and I will find the humor in it, especially when it's really intense. Being able to find humor in something that's intense can help you through it, rather than you being all stressed out 100%, and going into overload or something, or overload or shock or something in a situation. If you can keep your composure, even if it's a tough situation, if you can find humor in it to a certain extent, if it's a really traumatic situation, you don't want to openly express your humor because some people will not understand it and be very offended, but that's when you just keep it internal, use it as a tool, but fortunately in my family, yeah, my mom and my aunts and stuff understood that kind of stuff. We're at my grandma's funeral and my mom's mom, and humor was coming out of some of us, and here's my grandma, laying on a casket, and some of us are telling jokes, But grandma would love that, to know that people were laughing together there, even though they were mourning as well. We were mourning, but yet we were telling funny stories and memories, and then making new jokes too in the process of that. So a bunch of us started laughing while, I think it was my mom and Aunt Kathy, and I can't remember who else was there in the area, and they had us go into this, right up to the side of this, little waiting room, and said, "Oh, come on, let's go in here," And one of the kids said something about, it wasn't proper to be laughing at a funeral or something like that. And I think both my mom and my aunt said, "No, it's okay, it doesn't mean," and they started explaining to us kids that it doesn't mean they don't hurt or miss grandma, but, if it's a funny memory or something, a story to tell or a joke they want to make, even grandma would like that, So, instantly, the wisdom of my mom and my aunt, I think Mom Marilyn was there too. Oh no, this is I gotta get back over here. I'm all zigzagging all over the place. I don't even know where I'm going.
In a quarter mile at the traffic circle, take the second exit and stay on Lake Drive Northeast.
Okay. So, I don't lost my train of thought there with watching traffic and stuff. That happens sometimes, so you got to bear with me when I bounce stories for one thing, and then if traffic's involved, it's possible that I might lose track of the story and where I was going and start going somewhere else, and that has just happened. And I figured out where to wait with the red and blue today to be a little patriotic here. Oh, that's cute. The girl's wearing her cowboy hat in there. I like it. I used to have a really nice cowboy hat. That was in storage. It was my grandpa's. So, I forget where I was going with that, but ended up being kind of a neat little story about using humor and stuff, and using humor in situations. And I was talking about, oh yeah, it all came from meeting Tony and the name tag stuff. I remember now. traffic kind of takes you away. So, my friend Mandy was with me when I met Tony, but she was in the camper when I was inside. And that's him calling right now. And Tony, if you end up watching this, I'm on my way to the car show and I can't answer you now because I'm driving. Really pretty view over there. Too bad y'all can't see it. Wetlands and water and stuff.
Continue for 400 feet. Exit the traffic circle onto Lake Drive Northeast, then turn left onto Running Aces Boulevard, Zurich Street.
I did.
Continue for half a mile. In half a mile, turn right.
I guess I could have went further and then taken a left. I gotta loop around now. I would have been there a little sooner, Tony. But when you called, it made me think I was supposed to take a left there because I didn't want to lose focus on my directions. And it actually made me turn early. So now it rerouted me. Yeah, right now you're literally
Turn right.
on the other side of me over there. I can't turn right there. Can't even get through there. It's not even open.
In half a mile, turn right onto Gander Drive.
Yeah, I gotta go to Gander. Got people passing me by here. Well, apparently I was supposed to make that early turn and take you on a scenic tour on the way there. I wish you could see that. I'll try. Hopefully it'll come into frame. There's a big flag over Camping
Turn
World
right
here.
onto Gander Drive.
I hope you get to see it. Oh, that's running. Oh, that is it right there. Dang it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Continue on
Gotta
West
turn
River
around
Drive
here.
for 1.5 miles.
Do not enter. It is a one-way. Okay. No, I can get out here. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, Lord, thank you for keeping me paying attention to traffic more than anything else. I hope that big old flag shows up in there when I went by. That flag is pretty. It's huge. So hopefully it's showing up right now. Cool when you see a flag that big that's makes it seem lower to the ground even though it's not, just that it's so dang big. I know like the other flags too, but when you see them really big like that, they just really grab me. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see it coming by here. Maybe you'll catch the bottom end of it or something. Sure is pretty though. That's a pretty area too. You can Might be able to see that there's wetlands in here. Over on that side too, it's got some open water. So in this channel, I started saying in the beginning how I have boring points in some of my videos. I guess maybe that's another way of people that are coming to this channel, maybe a way of testing their patience. God tests all of our patience in many different ways. And I guess if somebody doesn't have enough patience for maybe a 10-20 minute video, or even to skim through it to see if there's something that they're meant to hear or something, and maybe they ain't ready yet, you know. But I know that in between even my boring, some of the things that might seem a little boring,
turn right into the parking lot.
sometimes I might be like drifting in thought, but then all of a sudden, me or the Lord or something, you know, the Holy Spirit guide me into a conversation or a topic that some real good wisdom comes out of me. And I do have a lot of good wisdom in me, and for my 57 years, pretty amazing. You know, especially when I meet some people, and not to lessen anybody else, but their abilities or something. But sometimes you meet people and you're just like, man, where have they been all their life? You know. Yeah, and I mean that like the funnest, nicest way I can think, you know. I'm gonna turn in right here.
Turn left into the parking lot. Then you will arrive at your destination.
This way more, and gonna get in a little bit closer so I don't have to walk as far.
You have arrived.
I have arrived. Yeah, I'm gonna get in here closer like this. I think I was going to be way out here, but I can see I can get in quite a bit closer. So we're going to cut in over this way. And I can see it's all like right over there because I can see all the flags flying. So I'm going to roll my camper right in this way. Yeah, I think this is going to be my best spot here. So even when I come back, I might be able to film out the window a little bit or something. I'm going to shut that off, and I'll even get a shot out the window before I go over there. I'm going to do some filming here today so I can get some good cool cars. Would you like to see the cool cars? I'm going to come back and then we'll start it again so I can do that right into the next video with the cars of the car show. How's that sound? Well, we'll give you a little taste here. Okay. So, I'm sure you can see that it's not a huge car show or that. This is a Running Aces Casino and Hotel. Oh, hey, they even got horses going around with carriage. I don't know if they're carriage racing or what. I see them in the background back there. I hope you can see it on your screen. But I'm going to head in there. And so we're going to go into the next video. I'll probably do the same shot again, and then I'll go get some footage of the cars. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless you. And if you're back on the next video, you can see some cars. Take care. God bless you.